This poor girl had just been fired, but when she was packing up to leave the company, she suddenly received a phone call. The real estate company informed her that her boyfriend had sold their newlywed home and ran away. She couldn't believe it. She picked up the phone and called, but no matter how many times she called, the only answer was the disconnected voice. That moment made her realize that her boyfriend had betrayed her. That was what made her lose faith in men and gradually lose the desire to get married. After that emotional shock, Hana was determined to give herself the best. She decided to apply for a job as a civil servant because she thought that a new job that didn't involve matchmaking would help her get over her painful past. Hana planned to save a small amount of money every year. That way, when she retired, she would have enough money to fulfill her dream of traveling to the Mediterranean. However, reality was not as she wished. Every day Hana works very hard, but the salary of a civil servant is too low. Not only that, sometimes civil servants are also angry with the people. Meanwhile, her superior is busy surfing social networks, and he suddenly sees shocking news. Another mayor has taken advantage of the single status of young people today to launch a matchmaking campaign. The news was posted not long ago and quickly received love and support from the public. Mayor Lim saw the news and was extremely jealous. So Mayor Lim also wants to establish an organization to support marriage for young people. He hopes that this campaign will help him become famous again, and at the same time, he can be re-elected. The plan was just thought of when Mayor Lim immediately ordered his staff to implement it. Not long after, notices about this campaign were posted all over the building where Hana worked. At this time, Hana had just been splashed with a bucket of unclean water by a local resident, so the mayor's notice did not come into her sight. In Hana's office, everyone was still trying to clean up the dirty water left over from earlier. However, before this trouble could end, a new trouble came into Hana's life. Team leader Lee saw that Hana was still returning to work, so he lost patience and called her. Thanks to that, he discovered that she had specially set a ringtone for him, the sound of a dog barking. In a moment of extreme embarrassment, Hana looked at him and forced a smile. He considered himself a generous person, so he told her to tell him all her sadness. With the team leader's permission, Hana did not hesitate anymore. Standing in the middle of the office, she innocently blamed her team leader for this and that. The more Hana spoke, the more surprised team leader Lee was. The smile on the bald man's lips gradually faded. By the time Hana realized what she had said, it was too late, so she could only smile awkwardly. To repay Hana's honesty, team leader Lee decided to transfer her to a new office. That was the matchmaking office that Mayor Lim had just established this morning. Hana had a bad feeling when she walked into the new office. It was exactly as she had felt. Some of her new colleagues were waiting to retire, some were waiting for maternity leave. There was also one who was still waiting for the civil service exam to be able to work full-time. Looking around, Hana realized that she could not rely on her colleagues. The painful past from 3 years ago returned. The matchmaking company Hana worked for at that time had a rule that employees were not allowed to reveal customer secrets. Because they were the ones paying the company, employees were not allowed to tell the truth no matter what. A woman introduced by Hana got married, but then her husband beat her so much that she had to be hospitalized. Then Hana herself was betrayed by her bastard ex-lover. Now, whenever Hana thinks back to those things, she still feels scared. At the age of 20, Hana chose to